Hello. Hi guys. This is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. It is Friday, June 25th. And it is a rainy, dreary day here in Massachusetts. But it's also the perfect time to be in the craft room and have fun creating. So today I'm not making any cards. I'm just showing you some different things I've learned, and I wanted to test out a couple other things while I have you here. So I'm hoping that you will enjoy this video, and if you're watching live, say hello, and if you're watching the replay, thanks for being here. So if you guys are YouTubers and you like watching all these videos, you've probably seen everybody going nuts with creating these really cool background techniques using the Stampin Blends and alcohol. So I have been dying to try this. I decided that this is what I was going to do for my Facebook Live today. I've been in my craft room since, gosh, first thing this morning, and I've been playing with this stuff. I've been experimenting. I've been trying different papers and stuff. So I wanted to show you because I wanted to figure out, you know, what kind of results you can get with different papers and what kind of results you can get with different alcohols. Because everybody, you know, that I've watched says, you know, you can't use the regular rubbing alcohol that you probably have in your medicine cabinet. This is the 70%. So I went and bought the, gosh, I got a 99.9%. 99.9%, which, gosh, that's almost 100%. And I did my own test, kind of like a taste test, but I wasn't tasting. So, oh, it looked like my video just got interrupted. I hope I'm still here. I don't, if you're watching, please say hello. I think that for some reason Facebook hasn't been working well with the comments. They just don't seem to come through, and I never know whether or not if somebody's, you know, making a comment. And when I logged on today, it looked completely different. Does that happen to you guys when you log on to Facebook? So I'm trying to find my video again because I had to refresh my screen. So if you're out there watching, please say hello. Let me know if this is still running. I'm hoping it is. Hey, Donna Reed, how are you? Oh, Sue Darty gathered all my supplies to bring to camp. Oh, you did? Well, listen, Sue, I have been playing this morning, trying different things, so this will be good. But anyway, I found that, glad you guys are joining me. If anybody's watching the replay, thank you for watching. So, I've tried both, all right? I did a quick test, and I decided that I do not like the 70% alcohol, because if you look at this, all right, all these pieces here, I was using the 100%, and they're not that curled, right? It all depends on how much you use, but I believe the percentage of the alcohol lets it dry faster, so the curling doesn't necessarily happen. But this one here, I did this side of the paper. Sorry for all the crinkling. This is using the 99.9%, and this is using the 70%. And the 70% is what's curling this paper. So I just thought I would share that because I think that, oh gosh, I bet you that's making a lot of noise. And if you look closely, let me put this down. Hopefully you can see this. You can see that you can still kind of see where I scribbled the markers on the vellum with the 70%, whereas the 99.9%, it really wiped it out. This is such a fun, cool technique, and I've got I've got all kinds of things out. I've got my what are these? These are called our water painter. If you had one from Stampin' Up. Where did I put it? I just had it next to me too. We used to have them, and they're called aqua painters. And I pulled one out. Oh, no, that's not it. Oh my goodness. If you saw my room, I started cleaning my room and moving a lot of stuff out of here because I want to do I'm going to try to do a BOGO sale. You only have 70% still, Sue. Try it. You know, you'll see. I'm gonna show you both, and then you can see. I think the higher percentage, I got it on Amazon. The higher percentage really works a lot better. But I tried it on. I'm looking all over the place. I have all my. Oh, here they are. So we used to sell these aqua painters. I'm sorry, my video keeps interrupting, so I hope I don't know what's happening. I'm like the only one in the house on the internet, so. Hi, Christine, how are you? So, we used to have these aqua painters, and now we have, so if you have these already, you can use these, or a regular paintbrush will work too. But these are water painters, and they come in a set of 3. And I'm sorry, I didn't even check to see how much they cost ahead of time. But you get, I'll show you the different points. So you get 2 that are just like a regular paintbrush point, and a small point and a larger point, right? And they all have caps. Now, and then this one is a really wide brush, which maybe I'll try that today. I'm not sure. But when you go to put this back in, it's kind of hard to get all the bristles under that cap. So you might just squeeze it like I just did. But that's a set that we have water painters. But like I said, if you have the older version, the aqua painters, you can use those. Oh, great. You don't see any interruptions on your end, huh? Oh, that's funny because all of a sudden I get this thing on my computer screen that says video interrupted. All right, so that's what I'm using, the water painters. And I've got out one of our spritz tools, and I filled this with the alcohol. Now, because I like the results of the 99.9%, I've heard you could use as low as 90%, but you shouldn't, for the kind of effect that most of us will probably like, you should use nothing less than 90%. So, Sue, you'll have to play around when you go camp this weekend and see how you feel about the 70%. I didn't care for it as much. You do get a different effect like I showed you. See, if I kept playing with this, maybe I would have gotten those brush strokes out of there. So play with it. Hey, it's so much fun. It's actually addicting. Yours isn't being... Okay, so a set of 3 for $12. Thank you, Christine. Christine is a fellow Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I'm glad to have you here. I think it's because Jen moved her noontime video to 3 today. So that's probably why I have a couple of my Sure Stampers here. Okay, so where do I want to start? All right, I tried this technique on multiple different things. Oh, before I forget, I do want to say that there's still like, let's say the 25th. So you have until June 30th to shop with me to get my card class to go. And these are the cards that are in the card class. And I'll just show you them quickly because I know some of you have already get my newsletter. And if you don't, go to donnascreativespace.com and click in the heading. I have a spot for you to sign up for my email. And I've already had a couple of questions on these cards. Like, I didn't even think, I forgot to put it on my email, what colors of ink I was using in case they needed to buy something. So I used Early Espresso for my sentiments. I used Calypso Coral and Pale Papaya for my peaches. I colored the peaches with Pale Papaya and highlighted them with Calypso Coral. And then I used Pear Pizzazz for the leaves. Now, if you don't have Pale Papaya to use with the Calypso Coral, in last week's video, I used, what did I use? I used the So Saffron on some cards. I have them here. Let me show you if you don't. So this is last week's cards. This was from Facebook Live where I did some note cards. And I think those peaches come out good. Let me show you with this one here. So you'll have to decide. I think the Pale Papaya is a little peachier. But if you have So Saffron, that'll work. If you have maybe a petal pink. Oh, thank you, Christine. You like the card kits? You probably recognize a couple of them. But anyway, so saffron would work with the coral, Calypso Coral or the Pale Papaya. I just think the Pale Papaya, I don't know, when I did this video last week, I completely forgot that we had Pale Papaya as a new color. And I should have used it. But anyway, so saffron would work. And those are my thank you cards for when all my orders for my card class to go. So now, if you ordered with me for my card class to go between June 18th to June 30th, you will get my card kit. It is a kit of 8 supplies to make 8 cards, 2 each of these 5 designs, 4 designs, I apologize, 4 designs, 2 each of these 4 designs. And if you spent $50 or more, you'll also get a package of these gilded gems, which I have to put another order in because I am already out. I bought a ton, and so a couple people might be late getting these, unless you want something else. I could always give you a different, because I usually give you a free embellishment pack when you place an order of $50 or more. So that's that. I just wanted to get that out of the way. I wanted to mention the ink. So those are the 4 inks that I used. If you don't have early espresso, a nice dark brown, or you can use Memento, the black, for your sentiments. All right, so let's play. So I just want to see, I'm going to refresh my screen. I have noticed that Facebook is just, there's something about, things are changing. Every time I log in, something has changed. So I don't know. I have a feeling that, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but we'll make do, and let's see. I'm hoping you guys are still seeing this. And, boy, we have a lot of people, well, quite a few people watching, but people might have left because I'm not making a card. I'm just doing this demo, and I want to show you the different techniques and stuff. So let's start by playing, all right? I took some vellum. Now, I have this silicone mat down, and Stampin' Up! Does have a silicone mat. This is it right here. I started cleaning my craft room last week, and I lost mine, so this just came in the mail yesterday. I had to order a new one. But I had gone on Amazon and got this really big one to cover my surface. However, everything wipes off except for this dark magenta madness. It stained it, and I can't even get it off with the alcohol. So I have to deal with that. But I decided to put it on a piece of white paper anyway, because then it's easier to see. And I have all my Stampin' Blends out. When I go to, this is how I store them. I know it's crazy, but they're just in a bunch with an elastic. And then I have them all on my shelf, sitting sideways like this, so I only see the ends. Because I know and I have those marker holders, but I just like grabbing a bunch because I can say, all right, I need a yellow. What yellow do I want to use? Let's say I'm going to use yellow and blue today. I can just pull out the whole pack of them. Then I look at this. I also have all my retired ones in a bunch. Remember all these? Remember this? Look at this pineapple punch from way back, right? But anyway, so I have those, but I am going to, let's see. I really like the look of, I'm not going to use the Magenta Madness. I'm going to use the new pink, polished pink, dark. Works great with the dark colors. Dark polished pink. And I'm going to use the dark Highland Heather. And maybe I'll put a green. Maybe I'll use my, I think my Granny Apple Green. The only problem is I'll try. I've been using this one a lot, so the tip is kind of broken a little. But, all right, so all you have to do, right, is just start making some splotches. Use the brush end of your Stampin' Blend. And the reason this works is because these Stampin' Blends are alcohol markers, and we're using alcohol, right? So I'm going to just do a sample here, all right? And I'm just going to put a bunch of ink on here. And Sue, if you're still here, you'll get to see, because I'll do a retake of the 70% versus the 99%. And I actually went on top of each of these to put a little bit more ink on it. I just felt that worked well. And then you're just gonna just kind of see my green isn't, it's coming out, but the point isn't that great. So you could save certain markers just for this. So let me just put some green here and there. Well, that's pretty, just without even the purple, huh? Maybe, should I just do with these two? Maybe, you know what, I'm gonna leave the purple out of this one. I'll use the purple one. I'll use the Highland Heather on a different one. I think I like the look of this. So you're just gonna put your ink, look at my marker is so bad, on these, and maybe I'll just go on top again. See, I got a little bit of the pink because you touch. All right, so I have these little cups. I think that these were like from salad dressing when we got takeout. So I just decided to, I saved them somewhere along the line, and I love when I can finally use something. So I'm going to put a little bit of, this is the 70%, right? So my left side is 70%, and then the right side is going to be the 99.9%, which, gosh, this is practically 100. And I've heard people say be in a well-ventilated area. I've been doing this all morning, and I don't know, it hasn't bothered me. So, but I do have a ceiling fan on. Maybe that helped. All right, so now I'm going to use there's different ways of getting the alcohol on here. You can dip it in your little cup. Let me move some of these markers out of the way because it's such a messy area. But I've just been playing all morning, and I love this. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to fret about trying to come up with a card to make. I'm just going to show you all my fun that I've been having and what I've learned. All right, so I have 90% here. I don't know if you can see these. Let me give it a chance to catch up. All right, and I'm using, like I said, the big brush point, and I do have the 99% in here, but I'm not going to be squeezing it. All right, so I have some paper towels around. That's a must. I have paper towels. I have these other little things that if you wanted to clean your brush, you could squeeze them. Those, you know, the makeup remover. They don't have any solution in them. They're just the cotton pads. But anyway, so let's use the 70%, and I'll show you what happens. And I'm hoping the lights, I can play around with this light to see if that would help. Because I tried this on different pieces of paper, and gosh, some of it worked great and some of it didn't. So, and I'll show you in a second. But then I just kind of dab in these areas, and all you're doing, and this is the 70%, all you're doing is trying to get the alcohol on here. I think I dabbed it in the 70%, right? The first one. Let me clean over here. And what color did I use? This was the polished pink. All right, so it is working, right? I just think that it worked better with the 99% or bigger. So when you go to camp this weekend, Sue, go ahead and try this and let me know how it worked for you. I think you might have to tape down your paper because you'll see that this side will curl more than the other side. All right, so that is the 70% side. Right now, I'm just going to squeeze out some alcohol to clean off my pen. And most of it comes out. I even got some stays on ink in here, and that kind of messed it up a little too. So now you could move your paper around, but see how long it's just taking a while. That's still pretty wet. So you could go in and maybe, you know, pull some up. You might get a little bit of the design of the paper. But see how it's kind of pools too much. Now you'll see when I do this other side how quickly it dries. So that's still wet. I'm going to work on this side and try to stay separate. So I've got my brush cleaned off. Does this look dark to you? This, you know, my area, because I have so many lights on trying to make sure it's bright enough for you guys. But no, you'll watch on this. This dries a lot faster. Oops, I need a little bit more. There we go. And when you switch colors, you might want to change your brush. You might want to just wipe off your brush. All right, so see how fast this is dissipating the ink? And this one I didn't get touched. All right, so, and you can you see this side's all wrinkling up already? All right, so let me get some green in here. And I just kind of stay in that little area of where the color is, just not to mix them too much. And nothing, you're never going to have one of these that looks exactly the same. That's what's fun about this. And this is a very cool technique, Christine. And like I said, I have been playing all morning. I love this. So now, see how, I'm not sure you can see this. This side's kind of flat, and this side's all wrinkled up. And that's what the 30%, I mean the 70% versus the 90%. Okay, Christine, thanks. You think there's plenty of light? Good. It just seems dark. I don't know why, but maybe because it's a dark, dreary day here. What's it doing down in North Carolina, Christine? So if I can hold this up, this side is drying, and this side still has some wet spots, but see how it's wrinkled up on the side? And I don't know, I just think I like this side better, because now I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now I'm just going to drop some alcohol on it. And I wonder if I should zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in a little. Oh, it's sunshine there? Oh, how's that? I guess I should move up a little. I'll kind of cover my sign. Oh, I think I don't know if I told you, my card class to go is free if you spend $35 or more before tax and shipping. Gosh, I got so many orders yesterday since it was the free shipping day. All right, this is zoomed in. I hope I don't forget to zoom out. So, yeah, Christine, you like the zoom. Try to remind me to zoom out because you'll be watching my knuckles for the rest of the video. So now I'm just going to squeeze my aqua, I call it aqua, water painter. We changed the name of it. And just drop some. I just love the look of this. Now, if you don't have one of these and you're just using a regular paintbrush, you can just drop it like this, right? Just make your own little droplets. Look at how cool that is, right? Now, I'm going to do it. Oops. I want to dry this off. And I'm going to use the 70%. And we'll do the same droplets over here. Right? And it's just two different, I guess I don't like seeing my line work from the markers, because you can kind of see that I scribble. I guess the scribbling, that's what I'll call it. I like that it holds the color better. It doesn't take out the color, but see how it's the side's curling up and this side isn't? Now this is getting a little muddy, so you can always take a little bit out, right, with a paper towel. Or I also have a straw. So I'm going to blow on it and move things around a little bit. Well, it's kind of already dry. Isn't that funny? So now I can take this, and I'm going to go back on the 90% side, because I really like the 90%. And I'm not sure I like that big glob. The green and the pink, the granny apple green and the pink made it kind of like a brownish color. So I'm going to go here and put a little bit more in, right? Isn't that cool? Now, once it's dry, let me find I just moved everything over. So now once it's dry, I'm not going to mess with that side anymore. You can go back in and add some more ink, right? So let's say I want to add some more ink in these 3 spots, right? And then just go back and just put your thing again. Just dip it into the ink, the alcohol again. And you can, if you don't want that kind of circular effect, you can just dab it. So dabbing is one way, right? Dropping just in circular motions is another, right? So let me see how that side's all curled up and this side's relatively flat. That's what is the difference of, oh, let me show you one other thing that I thought was cool. Well, this side's, I gotta let that dry a little bit, but see, I was playing with this one, right? And I forget which one I used. I think this was the, I actually dumped, I like squeezed, I have this little squeezy, I have this little thing here. Maybe I should unzoom it. Christine, you'll remind me, I'm making you laugh. I'm going to unzoom right now. Oop, wrong way. Because I wanted to show you. This I have one of those, what do you call those? not a humidifier. What is that thing that you put oil in, scented oil? A mister or something? Well, this came with it so you can get out the oil and drip it into the, oh, what is that? I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, so this is another way that you can, once you have something like, look in this area, you could just use a Q-tip and just kind of make your own little design on it, and the alcohol just reacts. Can you see that? Let me see if I can pull it up. See how it's kind of reacting to, it kind of wakes up the dry alcohol. So you don't have to have anything fancy for this. Diffuser, that's it. Yes, a diffuser. So now look at this. If I wanted to just dot with a Q-tip, right? This was kind of my experimenting sheet. So as far as alcohol goes, I would say try your 70%. If you don't like the outcome, switch to the 90%. Try to get the 90%. It's called, this thing is called a pipette? Pipette? Is it pipette, like pipe, like smoking a pipe, or pipette? It must be pipette. But yeah, it kind of, see, look, I can drop a lot of ink, and I mean a lot of alcohol. Now look at that. This one's just gonna, look at that. Then you could take it, right? Now, if you're using the look at that. Do you remember when we were kids and we did those ink things? Where we would, let me see if I can get some tape here. We would put down a thing of ink, pipette. Oh, great. Thank you, Christine. So, glad Christine's here today. She has all the knowledge. So, do you remember when we were kids and we put like the ink drawing and then we take the straw and blow it? So you can have some really cool designs out of this. All right, so that's that one. So using the alcohol, I like the 99 point. Oh, did my head get in the way doing that? Sorry, guys. So that's with the alcohol. What did we do here? I was showing you the Q-tip, right? I was showing you the Q-tips. Okay, so I wanted to show you. I don't want this video to be like forever, but I wanted to show you. I was playing around. So now I use 3 different colors. I use the Polished Pink, the Highland Heather, and Mango Melody. Now, I tried it on Whisper White, and look what it got. It didn't, I really covered it well with, and this is all with the 90%, and I kind of just would go back in after I did my blotchy thing like this, right? But then afterwards, I kind of dropped some in different areas, and you'll see it kind of reacts, but it doesn't, it reacts because you can see it here from before, and that's kind of cool. And then I also tried, let me zoom in again. Let's see, am I in the image now? Let's put that aside to dry. So I also used some Wink of Stella, and on this, right, I squeezed out the Wink of Stella. Oh, you don't want that much, but I just wanted to get it going. Oh, I forgot this. I think this was a new one. Did I open this new? If you don't, I can't remember now if this is my new one or not. No, this is an old one. Oh, you know what happened with this one? It was kind of dried up. So what I did was I unscrewed this. This is just a tip. All right, take off your tip. This is your tip. Take off your tip, and see this little black thing? You kind of get this out with your either nails or pliers or something. Take this out and put a little alcohol in here. Oh, I might have been off the screen for the whole thing. So put a little alcohol in there, put this back in. I'm making a mess. And then screw this back on. Make sure you have plenty of paper towels when you do this. All right, and then put your cover on and shake it. And that will give you a little bit more life out of your Wink of Stella. So, and then I just kind of, like, if you have a puddle, you can just tap it like this. And you get this really kind of all your little sparkly dots. And when it dries, it's even prettier. But see? Isn't that kind of cool? But so this is just on basic white. So you can still play and, you know, make some cool things with the basic white. Then I tried our shimmer white paper. Same kind of effect. It's a little more blurry. This is that shimmer. It's called shimmery white. Oh, I am a mess with this Wink of Stella, so I'm going to use some alcohol. Try to clean off my fingers. All right, that's a little bit better. My goodness. So this was the shimmery white, and I, again, you can see a little bit here. You can do the same thing with your Wink of Stella, right? And you got to let that dry in, but that also, since it has alcohol in it, it also kind of dissipates. I don't know if you can see this, but I was like fascinated when like this pool of Wink of Stella. You probably can't see it on the camera, but it actually looks like it's alive. It's glittering, like it's shimmery, and it's not. I'm not moving it. It's. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see how it's kind of like moving? Watch. What fun tissue full of great eyes. Oh, thanks, Christine. So this is the shimmery white, which I don't think I was too thrilled with that. I think, you know, but I wanted to try it, and I thought, well, what better way to show you guys? And then you can experiment, or you can say, I don't like the look of that. I'm not even going to bother. Now this one is watercolor paper. I did the same exact thing. I scribbled on it just like we did this one, only I used the Mango Melody, the Highland Heather, and the Polished Pink. And then I put I just, you know, I dabbed over it with my brush like this, right? And then I went back in and I did some, you know, dropped some spots, and you can see how it kind of does change it a little bit, but I wasn't impressed by the water. And I did the same thing with the Wink of Stella, you know, picking up some of the wet from my little puddle here and just splattering it on. So you get that splatter look. But I still didn't like that. I like the Vellum the best. Now this one, I used the lighter of the markers. I used, and this is where I realized that you really need to use the darker colors, unless you want this kind of light look to it. But this is with the light polished pink, and I think I switched to light Daffodil Delight on this one, but I may have used the mango. I don't remember. But see how light it is compared to the papers? So I wanted to show you. So this was one I did earlier today. Now it's all dry, right? But I wanted to show you how you can change things. Let me get rid of my Wink of Stella. But the Wink of Stella does add a nice touch. So let me show you something. I'm gonna, again, since this is a little bit curled, let me see if I can get my tape out of there. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna tape this down. Just, well, maybe you know what, I'm gonna get a different piece of paper. Well, actually, I'll just leave it right on this. I don't know if it'll stick to my I guess it will. All right, so now I'm going to just do the splatter thing with just the alcohol. And you'll see how, even though it's dry, you'll see it start to change. It's just so cool. And it just, do you see that? Let me see. Am I zoomed in? Oh, I am. Yes, the Wink of Stella is crazy. But isn't that cool how it kind of just, it kind of like, the alcohol pushes away the ink from wherever it is, and I just think that's such fun background. So here's another one I did earlier, and you can see where this is dry, but doesn't it look wet? It's kind of shiny. I don't know if the light will pick up on that on the camera, but this was with Poppy Parade, Shaded Spruce, and Daffodil Delight. I thought that was pretty colors, and I did the splattering technique with that. And this one was Bermuda Bay, and this was the Magenta Madness that kind of stained my little surface here, but that's okay. It came in a pack of 2, so I'll keep another one. So this one here is another one. I forget what colors, but I just thought that this was the coolest thing going because it was just so much fun to do. But I did want to show you, oh, another thing I tried on. I thought, well, Slick Surface. This is watercolor. This is what is this called? These are photo paper, right? I thought, well, I have a pack of photo paper. Let me try it. Nope, it just doesn't work. So I thought, I mean, I went in and I really soaked this, and it still didn't do much. So photo paper is a no. But I thought I'd share it because, you know, that's what I was doing. I was just, you know, testing things out. So another thing I wanted to tell you is that when you put this on top of things. Oh, before I forget, I want to show you a quick card. This is from Susie. She was one of my she's on my team now, but she sent me this card and saying, well, she's happy to be part of the group. But she used all her scraps of designer paper. Isn't that cute? I just thought, and she even put one on the inside. So I just thought that was cute that she sent me this little thank you. And so thank you, Susie. All right, let me get another piece of paper out. So I showed you the different pieces of paper that I used it on. I didn't show you how the spritzing worked. Let me do it on, well, I have another piece here because I cut a bunch of this vellum. So let's see, let's use Night of Navy. Oops. Let's use some Night of Navy. You just want to do this to get a nice color. You're really just depositing ink on here. All right, and what do I want to do with that? Do I want to do another blue? I wonder what the black would look like. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of black in here. I might mess it up. Maybe it won't look that good, but I don't know. Let's see, what other color should I use? Ooh, how about, and this is, like I said, experimenting. I have all my markers out to my right. Is it blurry to you guys? Oh no, it focused just now. I don't know, it just kind of looked blurry there for a minute. So now this is cherry cobbler going on, right? And I'm sorry if you hear a truck in the background. My trash is coming through. I never know anymore. So most days, they were coming at, lunchtime for a while, then they switched back to morning. So I don't know what, oh, the tip of this is getting, I think that I'll have to have a box of Stampin' Blends just for this technique, because some of them the tips aren't good for coloring anymore. All right, so this is what I want to try for this one. And this is a way to get, where is my, I'm trying to look. Oh, here it is, my spritzer. Nope, that's not it. Where's my spritzer, guys? Did I pick it up and move it with all the markers? Oh, it's over here. All right. Oh, you guys can't see anything because I'm zoomed in. The splat, I'm trying to read. Yeah, yes, because the yellow and the green. Yeah, look at how it dries. Let me take the tape off. But it kind of just makes a different dimension to it. And can you, now I haven't made any cards with these. Oh, that's what I'm going to do next. And I'll probably just post them here. But I'm going to use probably my Memento or maybe the Stays On. And I do want to show you, I did some work with Stays On. So I want to show you that. But now I'm going to use the spritzer. So if you have a little spray bottle, you could probably do the same thing. This is one of the spritzers that we have. They come, I think, 2 in a pack. And so I'm going to that's just a way to get a lot of alcohol on there at once and see how it just kind of is like melting. It's melting like the witch on the Wizard of Oz, right? So now all the alcohol's on there. So now I could put more in the areas that look like they're drying, and then I could take my straw again and blow things around. This looks kind of, I probably look like an idiot doing this. Well, that's a cool effect. Anyway, so you get the idea, right? Kind of fun. Look at that, right? It's just so much fun. And then, oh, but there's a drop came. I don't know where the drop came from. Is my phone leaking? So now I'm going to do some more dropping. This is, I've been using the 90% just to get a little bit more movement in some of these areas that nothing happened because I didn't have enough on there. And I can just dab it if I want. So look at that. Look at how it's going all over. Ooh. It's kind of funny. I didn't think about it being like a patriotic one. But I did want to show you the difference on different colored paper. So let me set that aside. Make sure this is dry. So here I have Very Vanilla and here I have Basic White, right? Let me unzoom. Which way am I going? Hang on. Nope, that's the wrong way. There. All right. Oh, I think that's good. So, Very Vanilla and White. So I just want to show you the difference, all right, when you put it on. And the same thing will happen when you put it on different colored cardstock. But see the difference in this between the Very Vanilla and what it looks like on white? Isn't that cool? This one too. It's a big difference. So this is Very Vanilla over here. See that? And the white side makes it look brighter. I just think that's another way of looking at things is by the paper that you put behind it. Cool, right? And then this one. I think this one's one of my favorite. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So now let's say I just have a scrap over here. If I put it on green, how it changes, right? I mean, I don't think I put purple on the green, but a green on a green maybe. So it does change the look of things depending on what you put underneath. All right, my final test, because I don't want this to go too long, is what it's going to look like with whatever adhesive that you use. All right, so I'm going to get out a little sponge that I can use. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to stick with the white. All right, and I am going to use, this one's this is a little bit bigger than my white, but I'm still going to use it. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Look at this. This is so cool. I really like, look at that. I love that. That would be really cool to make some little like flowers. It kind of looks like a dandelion or something. All right, let me put that off to the side. So what I wanted to do is a test to see what, I'm going to turn this upside down. All right, and I'm going to tape it down to my surface. I'm going to move my piece of white. I'm going to tape it down to my surface just for a sec. All right, and let me move some of the stuff away. Now to clean, if you have one of these water painters or aqua painters or one of these tools like this, you just squeeze it with the alcohol inside. Now I'll put a little sticker on this and write alcohol on the side so that I remember it's alcohol and not water. And I'm going to stick that in there. All right. What I want to show you next, I want to do an experiment. I haven't done this yet. So I want to do an experiment with adhesives, all right, to see how they come out. So I'm going to put some adhesive on here. I think I'm going to put some on. Come on, come off, you. Oh, why isn't it coming off? Oh, there we go. Nope, just started a little bit. All right, I got some there. All right, there's Stampin' Seal, right? Because I want to see what... Oh, I should probably put this backwards. You know, that's silly of me. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just thinking of this at the last second. So this is going to be Stampin' Seal Plus, all right? And I'm going to try some Stampin' Seal. I'm going to try some glue dots. I'm going to try some tear and tape. What else? Oh, I'm going to try some the liquid glue just drizzled on. And I don't mean like drizzled, but you'll see what I mean. And then I'm going to try the liquid glue with sponge. All right. So now if I can read backwards, we'll be all set. Hopefully I'll remember what I just wrote down and we'll see. All right, so I started here. It's upside down. I started. So this is the Stampin' Seal Plus. Now I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal. Oh, goodness. I just want to see what they're going to look like on the paper. This is glue dots. So let's get a couple of glue dots out. Because you know how sometimes vellum, you can see things through it? So here's some... I can get them off my finger. See, sometimes adhesive doesn't like to stick to vellum. Oh, that one I'm just going to throw away. Sometimes adhesive things don't like to stick to vellum, so we'll see how it works. Oh my goodness. Again, stay down. All right. And We'll put one more. This is just a test. I'm ruining my cute little piece of paper. And tear and tape. I just thought this was a good way to, so I can see what things are going to look like. Because sometimes the adhesive, the way it might show through and you might not like the results. So I would suggest testing. See, the adhesive doesn't want to stick to the, oh, here we go. Yeah, this one I think is going to show through the most. See that? Because it's already got like a thickness. Okay, that's tear and tape. And this is drizzled glue. And what I meant by that, oops, sorry for the noise. Was that drizzled? Yeah, this is just drizzled. So what I meant was like when we do this with it. And then this spot here, I wanted to do, let's see, do I have a piece of scrap paper? Gosh, I have paper everywhere. Here's a scrap. Just gonna do a little bit of glue, and then I have one of these sponges. I kind of think this might be the best result. I don't know, but I just wanted to put that on like that. Right? So these are all different glues, and this is going to be news to me too. And instead of turning it over, I'm just going to put my basic white right on like this. Right? I'm going to tear this up off the page. And let's see if we see any difference. Now I'm gonna do it from this side, right? Let's see. Let's see if we notice anything. My goodness, I don't see anything. So the glue dots are up here. Jeez, that's pretty good. Do you guys see anything? You probably can't see it on the camera. I can see a little bit of the tear and tape line. But my goodness, what do you guys think? Let me hold it closer. If I hold it too close, I lose the light. But you can kind of see, I just wanted to see how, if you would notice the glue behind. I can kind of see the lines here. You might not be able to see it, but I can kind of see the Stampin' Seal. Plus, that's the plus. I really can't see the Stampin' Seal, and the glue dots, surprisingly, maybe it's just my choice. That's amazing that none, I know, I really thought, well, I wouldn't use the tear and tape. You probably can't see it, but I can see a line, so I probably wouldn't use that. But I am like really shocked because I thought you would see. I wouldn't use the Seal Plus either because I can kind of see. I don't know if you guys can see it because you probably can't. But I can see the little, you know how the Seal Plus has the tape is cut into little strips? I can kind of see that. And you guys might not be able to. But yeah. So there you have it. So glue dots. Now, of course, I mean, we might, if I had chosen this, maybe it would be different because some of this is a lot lighter, but usually you can see the vellum behind. And I thought for sure the only one that wasn't going to be noticeable was the sponged glue. All right, so but I can see the tear and tape and I can see the Stampin' Seal Plus. All right, so I'll save this little sample. Well, I don't really even have to, but I can see the little line of that. But that's that. Okay, one more thing and then I'm going to let you go. All right, stamping on stays on. Stamping with stays on. All right. This is what I wanted to show you because I thought this was cool. I took the hydrangea plant and this little, I don't know what I guess a branch of hydrangea, and I wanted to test with stays on. All right. Do not use so I stamped it. And I started with my ink, but then it started blurring. So then I tried my pen with the alcohol, and it blurred. So my pen got all kind of black. It's finally, dissipated. But so you can't do that side. But what I did do is I stamped it, and I colored it on the back. So this is the side I colored. If I put it down, you can see it better, right? So I did my ink, but I stayed, I'll show you. I'll show you real quick. I know that we're approaching, an hour, and you probably want to disappear. But I wanted to show you. So I inked this up. Now Stays On works on kind of slick surfaces. You can do it on plastic or anything. It stays on just like the name. But you have to have a special cleaner because it does kind of stain your stamp a little. So I put it on, and I'm going to stamp it on my vellum, and I'm going to press it firmly, hold it down for a second. I'm going to close up my ink because I don't want that to get all over the place. And now it's going to kind of peels off like that, right? But before I put this away, I use my Stays On cleaner. And this Stays On cleaner is a little, it has a felt tip. We do sell this, so if you're going to buy the Stays On, you should get some of this. And it's got this felt scrubber on the top, so you can just squeeze a little out and scrub it around. So you can get a little lesson on Stays On today, too. And I try to get most of it off with a paper towel, and then I'll clean the dauber, that's what they call that, the dauber on top, and I'll do it again. And it's kind of like, this cleaner is, I don't know, a little bit greasy feeling. So once I put it on and take it off with a paper towel, and I've gotten most of it off doing this, and it's kind of like a, yeah, it's got like a little oily base to it. So like I said, have paper towels handy. So then, I mean, I'm a little anal about this, but then I use my my Stampin' Mist cleaner, spray it down. Now I have my scrubber off to the side, right, so I get a little bit more off. Now I'm just trying to get that kind of oily part off. And then, I have so much to my side. Then I can use this again on my scrubber, a little there, a little here. And then I'll use it on my scrubber. And it does stain. It does stain a little bit, but if you do it right away, it doesn't stain it too much. All right? So that's what I have to say about Stays On. So if you're going to use the Stays On, we have this, I think we still sell it in the brown too. But if you're going to buy the Stays On to do something like this, then I would get the cleaner at the same time. Oh, I just thought of something. Oh, I just went and cleaned that. I was going to say, wouldn't it be pretty to do that stamp on this color here? But I'll show you what I did to do this one, all right? So it's stamped like that. You got to turn it over and do the back. And, goodness gracious, I have everything all over the place. All right, hydrangeas. I like the ones that are purpley and blue. So I'm going to go in and put a lot of, this is the Highland Heather. Kind of wish we had a gorgeous grape. Maybe someday. All right, so that's Highland Heather, and what did I use? Maybe I'll use, I think I used the Night of Navy. I'm gonna use the Night of Navy, I guess. And just put it in. Now I'm on the back side, remember? Oh, sorry, a truck just went by. Gosh, you'd think I lived in the big city. I don't. But my street is a cut through from two kind of main roads, and people use it as a cut through to avoid a light, so it gets a little busy. All right, so I'm on the back side. Remember, I stamped it this side. It's a little brighter. That alone looks good, huh? So because you can use your Stampin' Blends on the back of the vellum once you stamp it. So, and now I'm going to use the, let me get another piece. And I promise this is the last thing I'm going to show you, so I won't take up all of your Friday. And I'm just going to blotch this. I don't want to have the, I don't want to lose my definition between the purple and the blue, but I do want it to be a little blurry, because this is basically, you know, tiny, tiny little petals make up a hydrangea, right? And what I'll do is I'll go back in and I'll let this dry, and then I can go back in and add a little bit here and there. Oops, I don't want it to go outside the... All right, and while that's drying, I'm going to do the green. And I think I will use, this is Old Olive. I'll put some Old Olive kind of in the middle of it. just like that. And then, like, I wouldn't use a spritzer when I'm doing something like this because I'm trying to control this. And now look at this, the point of my, I really use my garden green a lot, so I'm kind of having to dab it down. My point is a little dead. So I'm just trying to get some, basically I'm taking the alcohol ink out of the marker. That's this whole process, is mixing the alcohols. That's why it does what it does. All right. So that's on my list to buy a new, it's a couple that I have to buy new now. All right, so let me get back. I'm going to bring this closer. And I'm going to just, when I get it too close to the edge, I'm going to bring it back in a little bit because I want it to kind of, I want that mottled look. Okay, I think I put too much over here, went over the edge, but that's okay. All right, so now the top is already dry. That's what's good about the 90%. So I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to put a little bit more pink in, because we are talking about viewing it from the other side. So you want a little bit darker than you might originally think. And a little bit more over here. And maybe just a touch bit. Just gonna put a little bit of blue here and there. Oh, I don't know if I want that much on the sides. All right. And then I'm gonna go get my wet brush. See, I'm not squeezing it to use this because I can't control it as much as dipping it for now. So I'm going over the blue areas first. Just like that. Oh, Donna, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. Let me do a little bit on the purple, and then we're done with today. How's that look, right? So that's getting dry, and that's what I said about the 99.9%, or at least 90%. Oh, look at that. I put a big glob in the middle. It's kind of dissipating. I want to put, but like I said, like I showed you, you can go back in, right? Clean off my brush. Clean up a little, get things out of the way. And that is that. So I'm going to flip it over and show you what it looks like. Let me just swing it a little, but now see it's just about dry. Even that spot that looks wet, it's not. It's just that ink is pulled up there. Oh, that's very vanilla. I want to do it on white. I forgot I used my piece of white that I have. Look. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Love it. So that's what I have for you today, folks. We tested it with the adhesive. I showed you how to use the stays on. Don't paint on the stays on side. We did the dripping. We did the Wink of Stella, and we did the splattering technique. We tested all the adhesives. I'm very surprised about that. I'm very happy about that. So that's all I have, but like I said, the 70% kind of wrinkles up on you. Here's what we did earlier. Remember we did 70% on this side and the 100% on this side? It's kind of, I think that's what we did. I don't even know. Maybe it was this side, that's because this feels more wrinkly. But, oh, maybe it was this one. No, this was all the 99%. But cool backgrounds. And like this one's really dark, so you could use the back of it too on a card. Or you could just go back in, you know, and just squeeze some dots and just let it kind of do its thing, you know. But that's the fun part about this. It's just so much fun. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget about my card class to go. Shop with me. You have 5 more days to get a kit to make 2 of each of these cards, and if if you spend $50 or more, you get a pack of gems, gilded gems. So to get them free, you just spend $35 on my website, donnasingleton.stampinup.net. Use my host code. If you forget to do the host code, I can add it for you, no problem. If you spend $150 or more, you are the host. So do not use my host code. You can get the credit for being a host when it gets to $150, and you can get some Stampin' Rewards on your own. But you'll still get my card class to go. How's that? And you'll get a package of the gems, which I have to order more of them because I already have. Oh gosh, that sale yesterday was awesome. So anyway, have fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you were joining me live, thanks for being here. If you were watching the replay, thanks for watching. Take care. Caught the Staten watercolor part. I don't know what that means. Staten? But nice to see you, Susan. Oh, Denise, I didn't see you here. I have to go back and look at all comments because for some reason, it wasn't refreshing on my screen. But take care, guys. Have an awesome rest of the weekend. Hope the weather gets better. It's a little dreary here. See you next time. Bye-bye.